Alright, cheers up, guys. We got uncapped mana. Woo! Hello! Welcome to the new chapter at the edge of romance, as Roman would say. Well, this is Tim Boy, and time for another Legend Fes Breakdown video, this time with our Romance Hearts Roman and Noble Rose Ayesha. Here's the Legend Fes Breakdown shortly. Alright, Romance Hearts Roman is here. Well, apparently he is an air attacker, defender, and supporter, all in 3 types in 1. But is he? Well, he's more of an attacker. Well, nonetheless, as indicated in his role. So, most of his attacks are in French, so excuse my foreign language as I was about to pronounce his skill names. So anyway, magic attack and magic defense are his highest stats with 240 in the middle, so typical for an attacker. Of course, for supporters and defenders, supporters are likely going to try to get higher speed just to buff up stats before Roman can use his attack. And speaking of which, yeah, for us, after attacking, restore his own HP at the start of the turn by 5% for 3 turns. This is basically regen if you're going to use a skill 1. 90% damage and 8% stun, 100 ticks of weight. Roman's skill 2 is Pixiv, and just like his skill 1, single attack, 300% damage, 37% stun with 200 ticks of weight. Now, his attack kinda acts like a mix of High Meister Rorona if you use her skill 2, or where her skill 2 will be able to enhance her damage if her HP is 70% or higher. Roman does the same thing. Now, boosting damage by a further 20% when HP is full. This is what Sul does in her initial and the upcoming set. Well, I won't be spoiling that. Go check it out on my earlier streams if you want to know. The initial Sul and Rorona effects into one skill set. Granted the difference is just a little bit smaller, due to the fact that Roman is going to combine 2 of the other character's skill 2s into his own skill set. So, by using 70% of higher, if Roman doesn't have his full HP, he's likely going to increase skill damage by up to 333% damage total. That is without buffs or any factors yet. And there's also boost damage, which he'll be able to buff up to 350 total. Just make sure to keep him healing, because おいさんでか大技いつでも参るよ焦らず行こう烈風のごとき剣技反応してくれ渾身の一撃参るこれでしまいだ is his burst skill 500% damage 93% stun with 200 ticks of weight. Now he's also going to use regen on himself, but also avail to use his passive. That is what I'm made of. Okay, it's another passive from the Sonic Heroes song. Anyway, so his burst skill will be able to enable this passive skill. Now, this won't be activated unless Roman uses his burst skill first. After activating his burst skill, he'll be able to use this passive, which, right now, if you have one supporter that can heal Roman, or Roman does all the healing himself, much like Liddy at skill 2, where he only heals on himself because of the regen, or his burst skill. This will count as recovery if you're going to stack his skill damage by 5%. Do note you will likely going to need 5, 10... That makes it 24 times. You need to heal him 24 times if you want to fully utilize his passive. But this is effective in late game stages. There's a likely chance that you'll be able to take advantage on around 40 or 80 or so, and then he'll be able to knock out a few enemies as long as they're weak against air attacks. He has another passive, which is Smash and Sue E with the 1, so restores his own HP by 50% when defeating an enemy with a skill. That would have been useful for a defender character, is it not? But overall, Roman more or less will be stronger the more he gets healed by himself or by his teammates. And yeah, I can think about that too, but anyway, I will have to cut the recording for now. Onward to the Japanese version for his leader skill. In the Japanese version, Roman does have his leader skill called Takushi Roman. Now, for the Truth and Justice set, which I checked correctly, for the Justice and Quest, for those who are in his team, the Justice and Quest, at the start of the turn, heal their own HP by 5%, and also grant skill damage and break damage up by 20%. So, he has 4 tags, which he is part of Lantarda, like I said, the Seigi Totankyu, Resleriana Academy, and Yokinsha. So, Roman is more or less a funny guy, I guess. Meanwhile, in the global version, his gift colors are purple to red. He has Ear Blessing, Ear Curse, and Ear Damage Boost. Pretty useful if you have other Ear characters, such as Phoenix. Phoenix will be able to take advantage of this one, even Shadystera. If Shadystera does not... Any of the traits does not boost Shadystera's break damage, but skill damage will, as well as air damage. So, it also reduces air resistance, so if you have an armor or equipment ready to use this air curse, just get any of these at Trait 5 in. Roman's going to be a likely supportive character. As long as you can stack up his heals, he'll eventually become a stronger character. Although, single attack-wise, if you have a critical buff supporter like Innocent Dreamer Vesna, she'll be able to boost up more on Roman's skill damage. With or without critical hit, he's going to be a capable fighter, especially in Star Chapter 7. So, yeah, just a little bit of a recommendation in case if you'll need him in Air Towers Chapter 7 dungeons. Especially there will be one set of boss where it will try to reduce your recovery rate, so keep an eye out for the Chapter 7 dungeon. More or less, Roman is recommended, but not necessarily a must-pull unless if you want him, or if you want someone stronger than Phoenix, but without the item delay effect, or the turn delay effect, that is. Excuse for my mistake, I'm sorry, I forgot that was actually Double Flower Ayesha when I actually said it at the beginning of the video. So, that related to the upcoming set. Ayesha Double Flower, Gold Attacker, which means magical attack is her highest, while both defenses are at equal balance of 780 to 3. At the exchange of being the slowest at 226, which is not that bad considering her defender stats will likely be more of a decent round of take damage, now just take invalid damage, or Ayesha will get hit more often, much like the other defenders. Now, not as strong as Sophie, back to the first Legend Fes Breakdown video, but at least she'll grant temporary invincibility. Now, all of her stats, all of her skills grant invincibility for at least at a portion of the team's HP. Now, skill 1 allows her to attack at 92% with damage with 10% stun, 100 ticks of weight. This allows her to grant her team to be immune for at least a quarter or less of her own max HP for one attack. That is for her own, so not for the others. So her skill 2, by the way, will target all. Lightning Bloom Shield allows her to grant all allies immune to damage equal to 19% or less, which is like 1/5 of the damage that all of your team will take in case there will be an all attack boss fight. So this is only for 1% of the attack. Of course, she'll be able to restore the target's HP by 5%. So all targets will be able to grant 5% HP restored by her. So it's a bit of a trade-off. Just a bit of a reward for less than damage of the trade-off. Granted, 90% or less is for her team, not for her own. That's why her skill 1 is a bit higher, because that is only affecting herself. So Ayesha is more or less going to be a bit of a defender, more or less an invincible defender just for a little while. Although, Burst, however, changes everything.
動機を使っちゃおうかな。お願い、力を貸して。これが私の全力です。みんなを守るため負けられない。
Which, while her damage is very low, which is 300% damage with 37% stun for 200 turns, this targets all enemies though. So after attacking, this she'll grant all allies immunity to get damage equal to 40% or less, which is I guess two out of five of the 2 out of 5 of the team HP that they'll be withholding for upcoming attacks from enemies. Now they are not invincible, however, for enemies that will be able to take advantage of strengthening panels, critical hit panels, or burst panels. So be careful on using on Ayesha's skill 2 and burst skill. But other than that, if enemies will take like less damage, especially those that are not like boss battles in dungeons or score battles, most of your team will be fine. Just noting that the invalid effect on them will not last long. So it's not like invincibility for 0 damage at all with that. So yeah, because she's a defender, good thing she has Royal Emergency Arts, which is her passive, allowing for enemies to attack her more often. But 10% of her HP can't be restored whenever she gets hit by an enemy. So you take about that, it will be like at a minimum of 240 HP, depending on the maximum level that you currently have for Ayesha. Currently, this game is at level 70, so it's kind of a decent heal. Just don't expect her to be like as more resistant than Sophie is. So she has paralysis resistant up by 30%, which is only 70% chance to get paralyzed if an enemy will inflict her with paralysis. Switching over to the Japanese version. In the Japanese version, Noble Flower Ayesha does have her leader skill called the Royal Pharmacist, Okyu no Koshirishi. Now, for those who are bold characters, we'll be able to get all stats buffed up by 10%. She is part of 3 tags though. She is part of Seigi to Tankyu, Sewayaki, and Tenen. So yeah, only 3 tags. Yeah. Ayesha's gift this time is on purple to blue. Guardian's Blessing if you want to have shield, which I was synthesizing shields for some reason as part of the Synthesized Enterprise May Edition. Bolt Curse allows to reduce the bolt resistance towards enemies, and last but not least, bolt damage boost. Vayne, Izana, Sophie, and Atelier will likely take advantage of this one. Even Lily, which apparently this could have been useful, but considering that Ayesha is more or less going to be an invincible stacker, like an invincible based on the HP that your teammates will have, or prefer herself, which is 25% of a quarter. I guess it would be a good idea if you want to use her a little bit on boss fights. Just make sure that the boss fight that you'll be facing on hard or very hard is not going to be not going to be foolproof. So take note, unless you'll be able to equip her defender gear in Chapter 7 recipes, or maybe there are ones at the EX recipe. Don't underestimate me, says Roman. Well, he does have double heal. When equipped to an attacker after attacking, the one who equipped the Memoria will restore its HP by 8% 2 times, which is 16% total. That is only if you have it rank 5. And this featuring Roman and Marion. Marion will appear in Story Chapter 7 if you're interested to check on Marion's progress on the upcoming Foreshadow kind of event. So, now anyway, stats-wise, I guess it'll be useful for any attacker that wants to take advantage on healing stack. There is one coming up, but we'll have to wait for a few months to know who's going to also take that same passive as Roman. But for now, it's best to use on Roman, especially he's an attacker that will need to heal as many times as possible to, well, stack his skill attack. So, yeah. I guess more or less you're gonna need him in Story Chapter 7. If you need air power, you'll have to get Roman's Hearts Roman. But if you need a Bolt Defender that you want to temporarily, like, avoid getting hit, like, a few times, they can still get hit, but only with an invalid effect. Bolt Defender Ayesha is a good way to go. There will be ones coming up in the next chapter for Very Hard, which, not gonna lie, Chapter 8 score battle will be the hardest, and I'll let you in for a secret on an upcoming Atelier Resleriana stream. So anyway, new chapter at the edge of Romance Legend Fes Banner. Half must wish, half must not wish. But if you need defenders that will be able to take damage or take invincibility, I guess Ayesha is a good way to go. But if you need an air attacker that will rely more on healing, Roman is a good way to go. It's just that you'll likely need at least one healer to stack up as much as his buff as possible after using his burst. So it won't happen until his burst initiates, so do take note of that. Anyway, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. By this point, I'll probably start uploading new episodes of Legend Fes Breakdown videos at night later. So if there's a day delay, this is why. So that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Blue Sky, Discord server, link in the video description. I'll see you guys in the next Atelier Resleriana stream, which will be on Saturdays. So, see you guys next time. Goodbye. See you soon.